7 for
Yes. How many questions total do we have here? Yeah, it's okay. Just take a guess. That's all right.
27.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. It's going to be for 30 minutes, right? Your exam is going to be for 30 minutes. And, you will be having 27 questions, right? In both the modules.
I'm 32 for English actually.
You'll be,
30 32 minutes and 27 questions.
yes, 27 questions. So that's going to be 54 total. All right. So 30 minutes. Let me write it down. And 27 questions each, right? Two modules you'll be having here. Okay. Now, see, all the passages, they will be covering a wide range of syllabus, right? And I can actually group it under four major categories, guys. Okay. One is fiction. I can take it as fiction. Second is humanities. Okay. Third is social science. And fourth is natural science. Okay. Can anyone tell me what does come under fiction? Let's start with that.
Something that is not in existence and is someone creativity or imagination.
Okay. Harsh, what do you think?
I agree with Sidam.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Fiction is basically something, mostly an imagination. You can have a prose fiction, you can have a poetry, right? Very occasionally drama. Okay. And humanities, what do we take up?
I think humanities is like philosophy and like art that like thinks about how humans act and like the physics and like psychology of human behavior.
Physics and psychology of human behavior. So, do you say that, the psychology, sociology, it comes under humanities?
Yeah, so I'd say history, philosophy, and all of that comes under humanities.
That comes under social science too. Okay.
Okay.
That's the first part, what you mentioned, that humanities, you have art, literature, music, that comes under humanities. Okay. For social science, we have history, politics, sociology, right? I have seen most of the students, they struggle in the social science concept, right? Where we have a passage. If we have especially a history passage, we struggle a lot, right? Over there. Okay. So we'll be discussing a lot of techniques, guys. I want you to shift your approach towards not reading the passage really, really fast or taking a lot of time reading the passage first. Instead, we will focus on the questions, right? We will attack the questions really, really well. Okay. So that is going to be my target. If you take up the questions, right, you will not be worried about what is the context, right, in the passage. Of course, high vocabulary will be expected all throughout fiction, humanities, social science, natural science. Coming to natural science, guys, it is just the basic science, right? Biology, physics, chemistry, astronomy, right? All these are natural science. I hope we have a clear understanding between social science and natural science. Yes?
Ye- Yes.
Okay, you will be having
Yes, ma'am.
these categories. These are the four major categories they love to test you on. Okay? All right. Now, see, most important techniques and stuff I have already posted in the handout, right? So that you don't have to write up the entire concept, like, all the techniques you don't have to write up. For reading, it's going to be done within 5 to 7 classes. Your reading will be done and dusted. Okay. Actually, less than seven. Okay. So let's see what types of questions are tested. You will be having these categories. You will have vocabulary, something that will take up today. Then next class, we'll take big picture, literal comprehension together. We'll take that up. Then function questions, text completion, support undermine, graphic, right? So I want you to quickly like read the question language. Okay, let's discuss it for another 5 minutes. Okay, so just take 2 minutes and read the questions once, all the types of questions. Done, guys? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Let's see vocabulary. Now, what is vocabulary? Can anyone tell me what's the difference between vocabulary and vocabulary in context? Harsh, do you want to try it out?
So vocabulary is just like words that we use in our daily life. Vocabulary in context is basically like a deeper meaning to like the words that we use.
Yes, absolutely. The second part, I would not really agree to it that it is a deeper context meaning, right? Here, basically, you will have to read the paragraph and see that, okay, which word really um, completes the paragraph. Okay, that is something what we mean by vocabulary in context.
Yeah.
Whereas vocabulary is just difficult words, right? Suppose I take the word set, S-E-T. Okay, very basic word, right? Very, very basic word, but it has more than 400 meanings, different meanings in the thesaurus. Okay, so it comes under vocabulary, but the contextual meaning is definitely something that we have to cross check, right? Which meaning of set is going to fit in the paragraph. Okay, so that is what we mean by vocabulary in context. I hope this is clear.
Yeah.
Yes. SAT will test you on vocabulary in context. I see. Most logical and precise word or phrase, something they can like see. These are the question language, right? How they can ask you. As used in the text, what does the word X most nearly mean? Yeah, Siddham, clear? Yeah, okay. Next is big picture, main idea. Of course, this I'm going to take next week. Big picture is nothing but your overall idea. If I ask you that, okay, in this 1 hour, what did we cover? We covered vocabulary in context, right? That's the big picture. Okay, I don't want like okay, what strategies we discuss, what are the types of questions, how many categories do we have? No, all these are small details. Big picture, vocabulary in context handout. Okay, so the question language will be which choice best states the main idea of the text, right? Overall structure. Clear? You should be familiar with the language of the question, guys. It's very, very important. First class, I always discuss, in totality, what is SAT reading all about, or SAT writing, or SAT mathematics all about, okay? Literal comprehension. What is literal comprehension? Suppose I say that 1st of December, X event is going to happen, right? So if I ask that according to the text, why does when does X occurs? When does event X occur? So the information is straightforward. Okay. Literal comprehension, by the term literal, guys, it's that it's there on the surface, right? You don't have to dive deep. Clear? Literal comprehension are really amazing questions. It's actually solved very fast, right, as compared to other types. Then you have function. Can anyone tell me function? What is the other term for function? Come
Is
on.
it purpose?
Purpose. Yes.
Purpose.
Correct. Purpose, absolutely. Purpose or role. All right. See, here, uh, students, they actually confuse between big picture and function. Can you try to chalk out a difference between the two? Big picture and
The
function.
big
Yes, Adam.
ask about the overall.
Right.
On the big pictures and the main idea questions ask the function of the text, particular line and particular para of the question.
Correct. Function is going to ask you upon, a particular line, like, okay, what is the role of it, right? It's like actors. What is the role of this actor? Okay. And when I'm saying that, hey, what is the movie all about? That's big picture. Okay. Clear, right? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Lovely. Text completion, as the name suggests, it's like fill in the blanks. They will maybe like put a blank towards the end, or in the middle they will say that, okay, how is it going to be completed? Okay, So this also we'll take up tomorrow slightly. You will be able to understand text completion. Tomorrow, writing class, I'll take up transition. Okay, it's very similar to text completion. So it's, it's a heavy overlap, writing and reading on the SAT. So yeah, support and undermine. If I'm talking about, let's say, an X concept, so how would you support it? How would you strengthen it? You will have to read the option, choose which one strengthens it. Or if you want to weaken it, undermine it, that means shatter it completely. Okay, that is anti-X, right? Okay. So the language most effectively illustrates the claim. See, a beautiful language. It's actually SAT English is college level English, right? College board wants you to be prepared, right? How your college English curriculum will be structured. Okay. So if you get a super high score in English, that means that, your basics and your techniques are on point. Graph questions, it's not like mathematics, like, you will have to, okay, there's a bar graph given and you will have to calculate the percentages. No, no, nothing like that. Actually, graphic questions are way easier than you can imagine. Every information will be right on the surface. Okay, you just have to read the graph, read the passage, and try to connect the dots. That's it. No calculation, I repeat, no calculation. Yesterday I was taking a batch, they were asking that, okay, do we have a calculation involved? No, no calculation. That will be in mathematics. Okay, there's a difference between graph English and graph maths. I hope it's clear, guys. Yeah, these are the
Yes, ma'am.
questions that will be asked. Any doubt?
No, no, not clear on my side.
Okay, Harsh, what about you?
No, everything was clear.
Everything is clear. Okay.
Yeah.
So this was from the questions point of view, guys, right? Questions. Now let's move on to the answer choices. Okay? Answer choices. You have to understand something called elimination approach, right? I am a big fan of elimination approach, right? It really helps understanding or eliminating the incorrect ones to get to the right answer, right? So college board will definitely lay out certain traps, right? If you are very astute, you can definitely eliminate the incorrect options and get to the right answer. Okay, your accuracy will increase. So what all question types you should be eliminating? One, off topic. You should write this down. Okay, understanding answer choices. So incorrect answers typically fall into these categories. Okay, I repeat, incorrect answers will fall into these categories. First is off topic. Yeah, what do we mean by off topic? Common sense. Yeah,
Is not regarding the topic, not to the point.
correct. It's not
Right.
related to the topic. Absolutely. Okay, absolutely correct. Too broad. Hirsch, you want to try it out? Too broad.
Too broad means it's like too like it's related to the text, but it's just like too big, or like there's no
General?
understanding of it.
No, not no understanding. Suppose the passage is talking about one scientist, right?
None
Why
of these
the
statements
answer
are
is
used.
referring to the entire community of scientists?
Yeah,
Okay. Yes.
yeah.
Too general. If your option is too general, whereas the passage is too specific, you should eliminate that option. Okay. These type of options are enticing. All right. They're really enticing to mark. Because you're like, oh, I have read scientist word. Come on, let's mark it. No. Okay. Stop right there. Next, too extreme. Siddham, do you want to try it out? What's
Yes,
the first
ma'am.
thing that comes to your mind? Too extreme.
Two broad terms are used. That Too high terms and broad terms are used when they are going out of the context by using that terms.
Okay, let's try to connect the dots. Let's try to think of maths first class, right? Last week, what we have taken, right? Remember PAN strategies we've covered, right? PAN strategy is the third strategy what we have taken up is extreme words. Remember? So what were the extreme words?
Yes, too high.
Greatest, lowest, never, always, only,
Minimum. Yes,
right?
ma'am.
Maximum, minimum. So these are called two extreme words, right? Generally, SAT likes the test writers, they like to keep it neutral, right? So they would not want to take up options that are too extreme, okay? Until unless it's mentioned in the passage. You should never, ever, ever mark any extreme word option, okay? Clear, guys? This extreme word is also a trap. Because see,
Yes,
if you just have like in the option, no,
ma'am.
this small word you have only, right? Only you have. So it's very easy to overlook the word. Suppose we have one entire statement and you have the word only mentioned. It's easier to overlook this word. Am I right, Harsh? Yeah,
Yes,
we can easily overlook the word, right? So we have to be very cautious that if you have extreme words, just stop right there and make sure only if it is mentioned in the passage, then you mark it. Okay, very important. Okay, trap, half right, half wrong. Siddha, do you want to try it out? Sorry, you've taken last, right? It's Harsh's turn. Did you try it out?
yeah. So part of the answer is correct, but the other part of the answer is like is
Yeah, sorry. My internet just went out for a second. Okay, can you hear me? Sorry, guys, my internet went out for a second. So, yeah, we were talking about half right, half wrong, right? Please tell me.
so half right, half wrong means like the answer is not entirely correct, just part of it seems correct.
Yeah, just part of it seems correct.
Yeah.
Absolutely correct. Yeah. Maybe the first half or the second half is correct. Okay. Half right, half wrong. Previous one was too extreme. Okay. Too extreme. Then you have too broad, right? And off topic. Elimination approach, guys. Okay. Now, this is also a trap. It could be true, but we do not have enough information. Okay. Could be true. See the word could, right? If I'm talking about scientists and their accomplishment, right? And I am just having part information, correct? I don't know that, okay, what is the, does the scientist really go on to win the Nobel Prize, right? I don't know. It could be true. Maybe if the question is stating that, okay, he has achieved a lot in his life, right? In his career, I am not sure whether he has won the Nobel Prize. Okay. So could be true, but I do not have enough information. So I will reject it. Okay. Clear, guys? Could be true question. Could. Something that we are not sure of. It can be enticing, these type of questions also. That's why I marked a star. Trap zone for sure. Okay. Now, this is a major, major trap. True, but incorrect. What do you mean by that? True, but incorrect, guys. Suppose, um, okay, let's take the previous example, what we were discussing, okay? That this particular scientist, he achieved a lot in his career, and let's say he won the Nobel Prize, okay? Now, the question is talking about a particular achievement, right? Not the Nobel Prize, but a particular achievement in his earlier days. Okay, that is a question. And let's say in the option, we have Nobel Prize also. Okay, now see, Nobel Prize is true to the passage, right? For the passage as a whole, it's mentioned, it's correct. But is that the question? Is that the question they're asking? Whether he won the Nobel Prize or not?
No.
No, right? It's not accurate as per the specific question, right? So you should eliminate it. This is, I marked a double star, because at this point we feel that, hey, it is correct, it's mentioned in the passage, Nobel Prize, let's mark it and move on, right? We feel that urge to mark it. But please read the question. It has to be relevant to the question. It has to be relevant to the question. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Relevant to the question. This is a major, I would say a roadblock. Okay. Next is simple only. Factually true, but not stated. Sun rises in the east. I know that, but it's not stated. Let's say in the passage, fiction passage, they are saying in this particular land, sun rises in the west, right? And in the options, we have sunrise in the east. Hey, it's factually true, but it's not stated, so I'll not mark. Okay, factually true, but not stated. Clear, guys? Elimination approach is clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Any doubt?
No, ma'am.
I always go slow in the first class. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Right. These are the suggested reading. So, you can go through these, I have also mentioned the links. You can definitely go through the write-up, very close to SAT writing and reading. Okay. Now let's see. I want you to please read from 1 through 17. Okay. And come on, let's have alternative understanding. So I will ask each one of you. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. Now see why I ask everyone to read all the tips and tricks in the class itself, because I am very sure that at home you will not take out 5 minutes and read through the techniques. Okay. What happens is that, especially the classwork handout, we feel that, okay, we have covered all the questions. So let's move to the homework handout, right? So we skip the classwork handout, especially the tips and tricks. So you should go through it at least once. Super easy. 1 through 17. Just 2 minutes, we'll discuss. Done? 1 through 17?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. We'll start with Hirsch. First question.
Yeah.
Can you please, first tip, can you explain?
So the first one says read the question slowly. So it basically means that when you're reading the questions, you read every word and just go through it slowly so you can understand the question.
Absolutely, absolutely. Reading the question. See, I've not written read the passage, right?
Yeah.
Read the question slowly, because we do not take care of this element. We just rush through the question especially. Okay, each and every word counts. Siddha, point two.
Yes, after the question, ma'am, we have to check to the passage and we have to find the relevant section. And then when we have find the relevant section, we will either start from two sentences below or above the line in which we have seen that the question answer will be there.
See, two sentences is not always required. Start with one sentence, right? Whatever is the phrase, whatever is a sentence, sentence two, start one line up, one line down. Okay. And if still you are unsure, then go two sentences up, two sentences down. All
Okay.
right. Start with one. Yeah, come on, let's go. Quick alternative.
So when it talks about answering the question in your own words, you're basically taking the answer and basically taking your own meaning of it and writing it down so you have like a basic understanding.
Absolutely. Okay. That interpretation is very important with respect to every question. Siddha, point four.
Yes, ma'am. We have to read the options carefully and in serial wise. Firstly we have to read the question A, option A, and then we will go serial wise to the or then we will go orderly to the option D.
Correct. See, here I have seen a lot of students, they actually feel that, hey, option B is right, second option is right. So I may have eliminated option A, but B, it's right. So I just skipped C and D. That's the biggest mistake, okay? You should read all the options. Only then use the elimination approach and mark B, if really B is the answer. Okay? All right. Harsh, start by eliminating.
So for this one, we use the elimination approach to cross out all the answers that are incorrect so we can get the correct answer.
Elimination approach, that too broad, too extreme, that
Yeah.
exactly. All right, let's super quickly go through. I'll take up from 6. If you're still stuck, see whether there is a choice that looks like the right answer. Okay, so this is something that again it's very commonly actually asked by a lot of students. Lot of students, especially towards the end, they ask this question that just tell me a trick where if I am stuck between two options I've eliminated, and the other two options I am stuck with. So how do I mark the correct one? Always read the question and the options slowly, each and every word. Look for the extreme words, right? Look for the broader perspective, too broad part. Elimination approach. Again, keep using it. You will definitely be able to eliminate one option. Okay. And this is the last resort, what I mentioned, because it has a time bound, right? If you're still stuck and you're not getting it, don't bother. You can actually move on, and once all the questions are done, come back to that question that you marked for review, and you're still not getting it, just mark any random option, right, that comes to your mind, and move on. Okay, that's a worst case scenario, guys, because you cannot really waste your time. Understand what College Board wants. They want you to interpret the words, the passage, the question, the options. Okay, be willing to consider that the test might break its own rules. Now every year, every term, SAT will have a certain, they can give a certain surprise element, right? So yeah, you have to work out for that, right? You have to definitely look out. 10 is fit the answer to the passage, not the passage to the answer. Of course, very important. Whatever option B is correct, put it in the passage and read it again. It should make sense. Just because information is in a passage doesn't mean it's important, right? As I have mentioned that, okay, suppose sentence 2 is there and you are reading sentence 1. Okay, sentence 1 and sentence 2. You have understood the question. You may skip sentence 3. Okay, if you are done and dusted with the concept and you are very sure that this is the answer, you may skip reading the other part of the passage, right? Not every section is important in a reading passage. I repeat, not every section is important. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
No problem.
Yeah. Siddham, do you have a question?
No, ma'am.
No, okay. Every word in the answer choice, we've discussed this enough. Just because information is in a passage doesn't mean if it's important. Having a lot of time is different. Okay, this is good. If at all you have 5 minutes for a vocabulary question, do you need 5 minutes?
No, ma'am.
So don't, right? Just 30 seconds is enough for every vocabulary question. You will see it today. Keep moving. Don't get stuck on one question. That's red flag. SAT reading is not a guessing game. You have to be very sure with whatever option you choose, right? Last resort, you can skip it, or you can just take a guess and move on. Okay. Don't assume you'll always be recognized. You'll always recognize the right answer when you see it. Because SAT is a master in quoting the question in such a way that it looks correct, but of course, it's very deceptive. Okay. So you should delve deep. It's not high school anymore. Okay. SAT is a competitive exam. You will be competing against the best of the best, guys. Okay. And they know this very well. They will make sure that your answer is as deceptive as possible. Okay. Just to throw you off. So the options will be very close to each other. You're understanding? Options will be very, very close to each other. You have to have this concept very, clearly sorted. We end up undermining the SAT. We feel that it's just high school, right? It's just, it's very easy stuff. I can definitely take care of it. And they get like an 1100 or 1000, right? And they say that, okay, what was wrong? Maybe luck was not with me, right? So definitely it's not luck, it's all technique. Okay, SAT is very transparent. That's the best part. There are no trick questions, right? Because it is transparent. Go back to the passage and read. If you are in doubt, always go to sentence 2, read it again. Okay. This is definitely like it should be understood without even saying that you should read the entire sentence. Don't get overconfident ever. If the answer is not in the section you're given, it must be somewhere else. Okay. Sometimes primary purpose, suppose like this, I'll be taking next class. Okay. But I'll just discuss, I'll just walk through it on a very surface level. That primary purpose, first and last line. Okay. I repeat, primary purpose questions, the main technique is first and last line. Suppose I read first and last line and I do not get my answer. So it has to be somewhere else. Okay. We feel that we are reading it wrong. You should have confidence, right? You should have confidence in yourself and say that, hey, I read these 2 lines, I'm not getting the answer. So it's not that something is wrong with my reading, but the answer is not there, right? So you have to resort to the next technique that we'll discuss next class. Okay. If it's not in the first and last line, where you can find it. Got it? Guys, this is
Yes, ma'am.
on the psychological front, right? We tend to feel underconfident here. When in doubt, read the first and last sentences. Always works. Always. Scratch paper is your friend. Don't fight the test, okay? All right, that's it. We are done with the basics of SAT reading, okay? Any doubt? Anything you want to clarify? Please let me know.
No, I think all good.
Yeah, it was, I know, it is a bit theoretical. So now it's going to get interesting. We are going to start with your vocabulary in context. Okay. Now see, guys, very interesting. Vocabulary in context question, right? Vocabulary in context question has 2 types tested. One is sentence completion. Okay. And the second one is meaning in context. All right. Meaning in context. Sentence completion and meaning in context. Right. High level question. Can anyone tell me the difference? Just guess, common sense. Try it out. How are you going to try it out? Sentence
Yeah.
completion and meaning in context.
So
Difference.
sentence completion is just when you're asked to complete a sentence that if there's like a fill in the blank or something. And
Yeah.
meaning in context is basically when you're taking surrounding words to complete basically the meaning of the text.
Okay. Okay, yeah. Sentence completion is precisely fill in the blanks. Okay, it's precisely fill in the blanks. They will ask you couple of words. They will ask you they will ask you to fill one blank, basically. Okay, you will have one blank, and there can be an advanced version of sentence completion. We will just look at it in a while. Okay, but the basic version is one blank will be there. You will have couple of words, one word. Okay, in the option, you will have to see which one fits best. Okay, what is meaning in context? You will have the word given to you. Okay, you will have the word given to you, right? And they will underline it. Got it? They will underline it. And they will give multiple options. They will ask, hey, whether this word is correct or not. Does this fit the meaning in the context? Okay. I hope this is clear, guys. The different types of vocabulary questions that are asked.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I want to discuss this part. Continuous, cause and effect, contradictors. Okay. I want you to master this. Absolutely zero error in every question. Okay. Here, if let's say you have a passage, okay, and you have 1, 2, 3 clue words. So clue 1, clue 2, clue 3. Okay. You should be able to get to the right answer, get to the right vocabulary word, right? Using these contextual clues. What are these contextual clues? Continuers, cause and effect, contradictors. Okay. These are also called transition word. If I be a little technical, no? Transitional word. You want me to be more technical? Cohesive devices. All are potatoes, right? Cohesive devices. If I talk in layman language, linking words. Got it? Linking words, right? So, like easy, medium, difficult term, I have jotted down. Contextual clues, right? So, continuer is what? Anything, the idea is continuing. This we will take tomorrow also. Tomorrow's handout will have this section, in a much more detailed manner. Cause and effect. One is the cause, the other one is the result, effect. Okay. Contradictors. I'm talking about A, and B. A and B are opposites. Okay. So what are the words? These are the words. You can go through it also, and in addition, right? Cause and effect, because, blah, blah, blah. Contradictors, opposite words. But, however, nevertheless, it goes on. Please read this one. Okay. And can you please tell me what can be the vocabulary in context? Like, just interpret in your own words. Okay. Interpret. Come on. Let's go. Just the first part.
I have a word that can be there.
Yeah, tell me.
Could it be scarce? Because it's talking about how the soil is poor.
Okay. Harsh, you are using your own knowledge.
Yeah.
Okay. You are not allowed to do that. Okay. So this is what I was actually talking about, that I know that sun rises in the east. So my option has to be something related to that. Okay. Never ever use your own knowledge. Okay. Whatever is given in the passage, until unless you have a concrete backup that this has to be the scarce is my option, I will not select scarce ever. Okay. And they might give scarce as one of the options.
Yeah.
Might not be mentioned in the passage, but they can give it. They know each and every nook and corner where you are going to mess up, right? They know all the loopholes, right? Clear? Just jot it down and make sure that we are not repeating this mistake.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. I'll show you one technique. Soil is poor, and is my continuer, right? Resources are. So resources are, I don't know what exactly the word will be, right? But I know because it is continuing the concept, fun. One thing is that definitely it is going to be a negative word, right? It's a negative word. Some negative word will be there. Okay. Secondly, it has to maybe continue with the concept of having a poor soil, right? It can continue with the concept of soil being poor. Can I say that?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Right. So the blank is going to represent these two aspects, right? This is my interpretation when I read the sentence or the passage, right? Never use your own understanding. Never do that. Outside knowledge, that would be off topic. Okay. So that's continue for you. The clue and will give you a head start, right? Okay, with this, we come to the strategies, right? What strategy you are going to use to solve this section? Sentence completion, guys. Let's see, strategy. I'll write it over here. Strategy for sentence completion, okay? First is read the entire passage, right? This entire passage you have to read. I'm going to write in brief, you can write in detail. Read entire passage. Okay? Understand what it is talking about. Now, here, identify the keywords, identify the clues, right? Like continuers, where are the continuers? Where are the contradictors? Where are the cause and effects? Got it? Read the entire passage and search for the clues, right? Third is interpret, please, like what we did. See in blue what we've written? This was our interpretation. Clear? Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
And
Yes,
fourth
ma'am.
is play positive, negative. Like, see, I played negative, no, over here. Okay, you have to demarcate. Now, why this is important? You can actually eliminate the positive words in the option, right? You can eliminate the positive words in the option. Clear? So these are the 4 strategies, right? 4 steps, you can say. Just with this, you can ace any question, really. Okay. Anything you want to discuss? Anything you want me to repeat? Feel free. It's your exam. I want you to get an 800 in English. Tell me.
No.
No? Harsh? What about you, dear?
So I had one question.
Yeah.
So if there was like a synonym for poor, could that be considered as an answer choice?
Uh, poor soil it should represent, right? Like
Yeah.
something that is related to poor soil and resources, it should connect the dots.
All right.
Okay. Yes. Let's take one practice question. Let's solve it together. And then 2 questions, you will solve it on your own. Okay. Come on. First one. Please read this. Just the first passage. What can be the answer?
Could it be D?
Determinal. Determinal.
Yeah.
Correct. Absolutely. It is detrimental, of course. Yeah. See, despite the physical attractiveness, so this is going to show some sort of contradiction, right? Physical attractiveness is a positive word, right? So I am talking about a negative word, right? In the later half of despite, right? Despite the physical attractiveness is positive. So later half of the sentence has to be negative, right? Now, other species play a less. So other is like a continuer, right? Of the negative word. So the only negative word is detrimental. Move on. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
That's it. Okay. I want you to, this is a 2 is a very good question, I would say. So 2 and 3, please. Shall we?
Yes, ma'am.
2 minutes, not more than that.
I'm done.
Yeah, ma'am. Done.
Lovely. Okay, Harsh, tell me part 2.
So for part two, I think it's just because it says how the readers find it distinctive and unique. And anomaly means it's like different from.
Yes. Siddham, what did you mark?
Mark B, because innovator means she is innovating her own ideas and style into the book she is writing. That's why I marked B.
Okay. Okay, what about 3, Siddham? What did you mark?
For the third one, I marked C.
C. Okay. Harsh?
Mark the same thing for C, for
Okay.
three.
All right. Let's check it out, okay? Now for the second question, guys, what do we have? This person is considered unlike. See this unlike? Because unlike is like maybe the reasoning, right? Cause and effect, right? So she is an award-winning reporter. So these are her characteristics. And unlike most of the journalists, and it said that she's an award-winning reporter. Why? Because her writing is distinctive and unique. Correct? Unique. Can I eliminate C and D? Explorer, activist, right?
Yes,
My blank must represent unique, right? Unique. This is something that I want to talk about. Now, innovator by definition does not mean unique, right? You can innovate things, right? So if innovation would be correct, the passage would contain words or phrases that points directly to you to innovation. I can have a word like, hey, it's a novel concept, or it's a groundbreaking concept, right? Or
yeah.
it's a new concept. That's innovation. Unique by definition is not innovation, it's anomaly. Okay. At this point, I would like to focus upon etymology that you can definitely take up. Etymology, right? We have a lot of YouTube videos on this etymology approach. Like basically, you take one word, it's you can take the Latin definition of it, and using that, you can use a lot of other words. You can derive a lot of other words. A means without, okay? A is without, and nom is name in Latin. So it's called without name. It's unique, all right, which is consistent with our requirement. Anomaly is the answer. If you're not aware of the word, for you can focus upon etymology, and please work upon vocabulary, right? Learn 10, 20 new words daily. Next month is your exam, right? So you must take that route. New words daily. SAT will definitely test you on major bit. Question 3, both of you got it wrong. Okay. Now see, This is a category of, you can write it down, second meaning. This was actually like sort of root name, right? Or this was a confusing question too. This is a second meaning type. What is second meaning? One word can have two different meanings. Set, remember? Right? So you will have to fit in the concept. Let's see. In reality, however, contradiction. What's the first part? In 2D world, sharp lines are used to demarcate where one country ends, the other country begins, right? However, this is not the case. That means they are not having a demarcation, isn't it? I need to choose a word opposite to demarcate. Like they are like mingling, right? They are all together. Are we good so far?
Yes, ma'am.
However, opposite word, right? So the option has to be something like that. Precise, I can eliminate. Yeah. Accuracy, I'm not asking, right? Anything that goes well together. Identifiable also, I'm not trying to, get the ID proof of anything, right? Are you fine? B and D out?
Yeah.
Yeah. C, rigid. Here, rigid also is not going to make any sense, right? Rigid is not going to make any sense. Like demarcate and rigid. No. Rigid is actually more closer to demarcate as compared to the other option. Okay. Like it has to be a positive word. Why fluid is right? See, one fluid is what? Stuff you can pour, right? You take a glass, you can pour a glass of juice, right? That is one meaning of fluid. Second meaning of fluid is what? What is second meaning of fluid? Tell me.
Clear.
No, not clear. Fluid is like there is a fluid solution to it, right? Ability to change shape. Water is a fluid. Whichever container you put, it's going to take that shape. So ability to take shape, okay? Flexible, right? Okay, so there is no sharp lines for it. Got it? Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So that is my answer. It's a very good question. So second meaning type. Okay. Meaning in context, let's take one. This was sentence completion. What is meaning in context? Word will be given. You have to choose a separate meaning. Okay. All right. Let's see. Question 4. Question 4, guys. Just do one thing. These strategies that we wrote, right? I'm going to take 5 extra minutes. Is it fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
See, the strategies that we wrote. Harsh, can you please tell me the strategies super quickly?
Elimination, right?
Yeah.
Uh,
For the strategies of sentence completion, 4 points.
oh, wait, let me just open my notes really quick.
Yeah.
So for sentence completion, we said that we should look at the passage and omit words that are selected between the fitting options. And then we use the information in the passage to determine the logical definition. And we use linking words and transitional words to get the meaning.
Okay. What you're supposed to do, first read the passage.
Yeah,
First read the passage and then try to, look for the clues, right?
yeah, context clues.
Right, context clues. And then try to interpret the statement,
Yeah,
own words, right? Based on the contextual clues, and also play positive, negative. That's it. Here, for meaning and context, I would like to add one more strategy, one step rather, okay, that I did not discuss in the previous type. Meaning in context, suppose you take recording. I'm just not reading the question, I'm just like randomly taking this word, recording. My sentence is here, sorry, the word is here rather. Registering, it's marked. You are supposed to If you have chosen recording, please plug it in and read it again. It has to make sense. If it doesn't make sense, you cannot mark that. Clear? That's the only extra step that you need to take up. Everything else is same. Easy?
But
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Recording whatever word you choose, please towards the end plug it in, right? And there you go. Everything else, all the previous steps will be the same. Let's try to work it out. Okay? Take 4, 5, 2 questions. Then we can wrap up. That's okay. 4, 5 first.
done, ma'am.
Done, ma'am.
Great. Siddham, tell me. First one,
Recording.
recording. Yes. Okay, Harsh, what did you mark?
I got recording as well.
Recording. Great, great. And 5, Harsh, what about you?
I got approaching.
Approaching. Okay, Siddham.
Theorizing.
Same, right?
No, CC.
Oh, see, theorizing. Okay. Siddham, tell me, why did you mark recording for the first question?
If we put the recording, if we put another options like preparing, I just use the hit and trial method. I just put all the options in the word and recording was making the sense. That's why I choose recording.
See, that approach is fine, okay? But the red flag would be that what if the word has double meaning? Okay? If you have multiple meaning, then you may not mark that option. Okay? Just use the strategies that we've discussed. You must read it, interpret it, plug it in,
Yes, yes.
positive, negative, done. Just
Yeah,
very easy steps, right?
yeah.
Okay?
I
Approaching.
used a I used a different approach.
Yes, tell me.
So first I eliminated A and D because they have nothing to do with it. And then so B and C basically mean the same thing as registering. And then I plugged both of them in. So inscribing doesn't really fit in with the passage. So B was the best option.
Perfect. Elimination approach works wonders, right? I'm a big, big fan of elimination approach. Use that. Okay, definitely. And I personally feel that meaning in context is way easier than sentence completion, right? Okay, let's see. For question 5, see, theorizing over here, it is true that a synonym for the word practical, right? Over here, I'll just mark it. So when we are taking something that they are practicing, right? So if let me be more specific, let's take this word predicted. Okay, it is true that a synonym for this word predicted does appear in the passage. That's why we might have marked theorized. But if I will plug it in and read it, it's seen that we were theorizing a vision of our universe in which everything could be calculated, predicted, and understood. Will it not just repeat itself.
Yes, ma'am.
So that definitely is not my answer. Okay. Approaching is absolutely correct.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. A and D, you can eliminate it firsthand.
Mm.
Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry. So question 6, you guys can solve and let me know. You can actually tell me on WhatsApp chat and we can discuss it. Okay. Whatever questions we are not taking up in class, you can always solve it at home and tell me the answers. Right. So let's see. I want you to work upon the handout, the homework handout, right? I'm just going to upload it right away. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow, 2:30. Okay, no mocks today,
Ma'am,
right?
where is your homework handout? I have doubt.
Yes, you can always book the doubt. The slots are already provided. You can book any one slot and we can discuss it. Okay, right after this class. From 4:15, if I'm not wrong, it has to start,
Yes,
right?
ma'am.
The doubt solving. So you can, book your slots today. All
Okay.
right. So tomorrow, 2:30, guys, reading, we will start
Okay.
writing. Take care. Have a nice evening.
Thank you, ma'am. You too.
Bye.